Good morning, everyone. John 6, verse 63 says, "It is the Spirit who gives life. The flesh is no help at all. The words that I have spoken to you are spirit and life." It is the Spirit who gives life. The flesh is no help at all. Believe me, the flesh is no help at all. The flesh is here for to us to experience everything that God wants us to experience, even this world and even this world's evilness, and even he has given us this world to experience life in a kind of in a well, not kind of, in a physical dimension. And then the wonderful thing is he wants us through that to discover this wonderful thing that he's got, which is this wonderful spiritual life that, in spite of the limitations we have in our physical beings, that we can fly high and be transformed. And even while we are physical, to have this spiritual, wonderful experience of a God who loves us and who roots for us and who is for us. And then he says at the end, yeah, the words that I have spoken to you are spirit and life. And Jesus says, I am the way, the truth, and the life. No one comes to the Father but by me. And he speaks about spiritual things. And even when he was on earth, walking amongst the people, I always love listening to his reading. I hear them. I'm a weird, I know. Listening into his conversations, or being part of his conversations with the disciples, because he takes these young men who are meant to be artisans or fishermen, working with their hands type people, and he takes them and he actually embraces that earthiness, that kind of tangible reality of theirs, and gives them this beautiful newness, this beautiful vision of something that's stuck beyond that. And it's almost like they transform, and from the because of the wonder that God gives them, they transform into this beautiful knowledge of who Christ is. And it's just actually quite amazing. So I would love you to just go and ask God, what does it mean to live beyond the physical, beyond the flesh? And when you're in your quiet time with Him, have that time and say, I want to live beyond the flesh. We cannot deny that we are in flesh. We cannot deny that we are in this world. That's not reality. But there is a reality beyond this with which we are here. And sometimes I wonder if when He says um, that the flesh is no help at all, that if you start conforming to the fleshly kind of living, you kind of, it's almost like it can either just be a vessel with which you move through this world, or it can be something that drags you down, a millstone that drags you down. You know, like if you make the mafia cross and they give you, what do they call it, concrete boots, and they throw you in a river. Is your belief system more like concrete boots, where you do not conform to Christ? Or is your belief system in, this is my flesh and this is how I live in this world, but my spirit is what counts? And that's what God wants. And that's what He's saying. John 6, verse 63. It is the Spirit who gives life. The flesh is no help at all. In fact, we have to keep the flesh alive by eating and drinking and staying healthy. The Spirit is kept alive only by God. The words that I have spoken to you are spirit and life. Think about that. Think about those things that you allow your flesh to dictate to you, that God would probably say to you, no, not necessary. You just have to love me. Have a wonderful day, and we'll speak again tomorrow.